G'day, people. It's PS2 Fat Boy, and I have a review for the new film called Arcadian, which premiered tonight on Stan in Australia. If you don't know what Stan is, it is a streaming service in Australia. It's a very popular streaming service, and tonight the premiere of the new film Arcadian, starring Nicolas Cage. It is a post-apocalyptic action horror movie. I saw a trailer of it last year. And I didn't know it was actually coming on Stan, so that was kind of cool. Anyway, I watched it tonight with my girlfriend. We checked it out to see what it was like. Now, I'm a big fan of Nicolas Cage. I love his films for the most part. Even if the movies aren't, how can I put it, above par to what he's normally in. Like he's been in a lot of classic films, but he's also in a lot of forgettable movies, you know, just passing the buck, I guess. But this film I was actually quite interested in, and I believe this film was in post-production and started in post-production in 2022. They started filming around early 2023, and it got a limited screen releasing in earlier 2024, and then premiered on Stan, and I think maybe Shudder in USA and other countries. So, we watched it tonight. I love post-apocalyptic films if they're done right. I have a big fascination for horror films, obviously. I love horror movies. So I was really interested to see what this film will bring to the table in that genre. Not much, to be honest. I felt that the film... I would say the good things about the film, and then I'll also say the bad things about the movie. Right. There will be also spoilers, so I'll give you a heads up about spoilers if you want to know. All right, so the film starts off, the look about it is quite good. It's like set in like an English countryside, so it's not set in like wasteland cities or anything like that, or some desolate wastelands. It's set in like beautiful, rich country forests, I think in the UK somewhere, although most of the cast is American. The performances are actually really good. Now, yes, Nick Cage is the star of this film, but it's the two younger male stars, like his sons, who are in this film, and they are played by, let me just check, Jaden Martell and Maxwell Jenkins, I believe. Now, they're his two sons in the film, and he's raised them up, and they really carry the film quite a bit. And they did a great job, because usually, like with young performers, you're either going to love them or hate them. They did a really good job. The cinematography was really good. I believe the cinematography was good. I like the aesthetics of the film. The look of the movie was done well. Also, the audio was very good too. I feel that audio is very important in movies. Sometimes you can't hear the actors due to the music. Soundtrack was very limited, but it was very good. But the overall tone of the film was done really, really well. You didn't know what was happening. It kept you on the edge for a little while until you knew what was happening. And you think, okay, I've seen this before. But performances, cinematography, sound was really good. And what else would I would say that was good about the movie? The filming and the editing was good too. Like, it wasn't like, you know, when you're watching a horror movie, and I feel that this is like a trope in horror movies, there's all this shaky cam stuff and jump scares. There was not really that. But I also did like that this was a bit of a slow burn too. It was building up the characters more. It wasn't going straight into the action. There was more of a slow burn in this film. So they were trying to develop a story about the father and the two sons, right? So they're together in this post-apocalyptic world together by themselves. And what happens is, during the day, they're out doing errands, trying to look for salvaging stuff, and then barricading themselves at night, because there's these creatures come at night, okay? Spoiler alert. Creatures are in this movie, right? Now, I'm pretty sure you would have seen them in the trailer, so it's not really a spoiler. So you see these creatures. They're in the movie. So, and they come out at night, and they don't like light, and so yeah, that's kind of cool. But this film actually is very reminiscent of A Quiet Place in ways. I mean, you can make noise obviously in this one, and besides Quiet Place, but it was giving me this Quiet Place vibe, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, But this film was very similar to a lot of other movies that I've seen, where, you know, post-apocalyptic movie, monsters, all this sort of stuff. But you got Nick Cage in the mix. But Nick Cage plays it really straight in this movie. He's very straight-laced in this film. And also, he's not in it that much. He's in it for maybe 30, 40 minutes of the film, and then something happens, and then you don't see him for a little while. I won't say too much about what happens there, but you don't see him overly all that much in this movie. But he's very straight-laced in this film, and I believe the younger performers have to carry this movie. And they do a really good job. They do a really good job, I believe. Although they do some silly things. One of the boy characters does end up doing some really dumb shit. But you feel like, damn kids. Now, I'll get to some of the things that I didn't like about the movie. And then I'll give you an overall review rating of the film. The things I didn't like about the movie was they didn't really explain how this scenario happened. Like, you got these creatures chasing after him, but it's really not properly explained. Because the creature design in the movie, I don't want to say too much about the creatures themselves because I want you guys to watch the movie, is actually really different, really unexpected, right? There's a really cool scene in this movie that's really cool. It's probably the highlight of the movie, this really creepy scene in the movie. But they only come out at night, and that's the only thing. But they don't explain where they come from. They don't explain how this post-apocalyptic world started and where these creatures came from. There's like a loose interpretation of it, but not really explained thoroughly, and it kind of bugged me. And I want some sort of details about it, but they didn't really explain it. And I felt that's a bit lackluster on the director and the storytelling on the scriptwriters. If they explained a little bit more, I'd be more invested into these creatures, because like these creatures' designs are very, very different from what I've seen in a horror film in recent years. So they're very different. They're very quirky, and I kind of liked them, even though sometimes it was kind of laughable what they were doing, but they just didn't explain anything about them, and that kind of frustrated me about the film. Also, another thing I didn't like was it was kind of predictable what was going to happen in the movie. Like, you could see they were going to run the same scenarios like you've seen in these type of films before. You know, someone's going to get stranded, someone's going to be left alone, someone's going to do something stupid, and then all hell breaks loose. Those tropes were in this film abundantly, but those are kind of the little nitpickings I would choose, but it doesn't make the movie overly bad. I did, for the most part, enjoy the movie. I thought it was a good film. It's not something I rewatch over and over again. But Nick Cage was really good in it. It's really the younger stars that really carried the film. The two brothers carried this movie. And the soundtrack was really good. Cinematography was done very well. Like I said, I like the aesthetics of the film. The look of the film was quite good. So I will be generous, and I'll give this about a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a decent watch. Would it be something I'd watch over and over again? Probably not, but I might watch it again another time down the track. But if you're looking for a post-apocalyptic film that's similar to A Quiet Place, something like that, or even what was the movie? I can't remember now. I don't want to say, but anything that's kind of like post-apocalyptic horror film vibes, you'll enjoy this. Is there tons of gore in this film? Not really. There's a little bit of gore here and there, but I did enjoy the film. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Is it one of Nick Cage's better movies? Not really, but it's definitely better than some of the films he's been in like recent years. But like I said, if you're looking for a quirky, crazy Nick Cage performance, you're sadly going to be disappointed in this film. There's no crazy Nick Cage performance in this film. He's pretty straight-laced, but the young actors do carry this movie quite a bit through the film. Actually, there's a young lad in this film. I don't know if it's Jaden Martell. He looks like a young Harry Potter. Like, the look about him, he looks like a young Harry Potter. He looks like him. Like, if they were going to do a remake of Harry Potter, get this kid to do it, because like he just looks spit image. But either way, I did enjoy the movie. 7 out of 10 rating from PS2. It's on Stan. I believe it's on Shudder as well. Go check out Arcadian if you want to see a post-apocalyptic horror film and you need your Nick Cage fix. Go check out Arcadian. Thanks for watching for this review. And if you like these reviews and you want me to do more, please comment down below, subscribe, like, even dislike it. Like, that still gets me going and still eggs me on to keep making these YouTube videos. But thank you so much for watching and supporting, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.